Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to a new video. So I wasn't going to film this, but I figured I would with the new wheels and everything. And I gotta say, I am pretty, I'm liking this look. It's different than what I'm used to, just because I haven't had black wheels on here and I'm not used to all seasons. It's 35 degrees out, so I haven't driven this car in like sub 40 degree weather in a couple years. But it looks really, really good. And I'm happy to report that absolutely nothing rubs, even at this height. So to me, it is a win-win to do that swap with the Volks. Granted, the Volks I absolutely love. These are pretty nice. I'm happy with them. And as I mentioned in a previous video, these are Continental DWS06s. So they're one of the best all seasons. I've actually ran these before on a few sets of wheels in the past. My favorite all season is the Michelin AS3 Plus, but now it's the AS4 Plus. But either way, these are fantastic, and I'm really, really impressed. Overall, during the part out, you guys know that I did not part any performance things out, so the car drives, feels, sounds exactly the same as it always has. It just looks a little bit different than it used to. I parted out most of the exterior stuff, so a lot of the car, well, all of the carbon, all the little things that necessarily don't even change the way it drives or feels. It's simply just the way it looks. But I do think I'm going to pick up a Basin R CS style front lip. Personally, I just can't stand looking at it without a front lip. It looks a little goofy. I think the new owner would appreciate having a nice front lip on there, just you know, to give it a more aggressive look, because the car looks fantastic otherwise. It doesn't really necessarily need the side skirts or the rear spats. I still think it looks very, very nice without them. The rear end does look a little bare from what I'm used to with all the diffusers and all the carbon and everything, and obviously the taillights as well. But what I actually want to do in this video is I actually ended up selling this front grille. So I want to get this off the car and send it out to the new owner. I just sold the actual grille. I didn't sell the emblems. I picked up an OEM 2021 STI front grille. So all those badges and everything are going to get transferred over. That was the last, I guess, exterior carbon part that I wanted to eventually get to. I honestly was thinking about not even selling it, but I figured since the exterior is pretty much OEM, I figured I might as well get an OEM grille in there and just kind of complete the OEM look. But I do think the front lip will really tie this whole thing together, would look really, really nice. Funny, I almost forgot about the 2021 STI headlight swap that I did, and they still look really good. Granted, I really do not like the orange. It still is a fantastic looking headlight. We'll be driving at night today, so I'm curious to see how much of a difference I'm going to notice compared to the Morimoto M-LED 2.0 projectors compared to the stock LEDs. So that'll be an interesting comparison. Turn the car on just to show you. Here is a quick little look with the sea lights. Kind of hard to see in the daylight, but they are on and they are matching the bezels down there. So very, very similar to my old setup, just doesn't have the strip light right there. And obviously the sea light is not the blinker anymore. But yeah, I'm happy that's the DRL. Looks much better than the 2015 to 17 headlights with the DRL in the center here. Another quick little adjustment that I want to make to this car in this video is actually dial out some of the front camber. I'm running around -4 in the front and rear, and I want to dial some of that out since I'm not running as aggressive of a wheel setup. And I really don't need to be running such an aggressive camber spec, so I can dial that out to probably around -3.5. Maybe even lower depending on you know, if there's any rubbing or anything. But I'm going to try to dial some of that out to get the fitment a little bit better, look a little bit nicer, and not be as cambered in. But overall, I don't know, I'm really happy with how everything went with the part out. And the car is in a fantastic selling position. Oh, what do we got here? We got a leaf here. Let me get this up. Overall, the car is in a great selling position. I think it is a very, very desirable looking car, even though it has been demodified or parted out somewhat. There's still so many performance aspects on here that it's pretty insane. And again, it's still a fantastic and fun car to drive. It is pretty cold out. My hands freezing, so I'm gonna get back in the car, do a little bit more driving, and then I will catch back up with you guys in the garage in a little while. All right, guys, so before we get started on dialing out the camber and taking off the front grille, I actually want to go head over to my headlight aligning spot and get these headlights aligned. These were off a 2021 STI. I did the swap with him with my custom retrofitted headlights from Lightworks, and his STI is not as low as I am, so my headlights right now are aimed way too low. I drove home from work today in the dark, and they were like pointed toward the ground. It was pretty terrible. So what I'm going to do is head over to the wall that I normally go to align all my lighting stuff. and get these aligned properly. So I'll just show you real quick of how to do it because it's going to be dark over there. I mentioned this, I did a whole video on how to do this before, but it's really, really simple. If you look on the back of the headlight, there is a little plastic nut. It's an 18 millimeter. It's like a little gear on either side. So there's one there. And if you come over to the driver's side, there's one there as well. And basically you take a little 8 millimeter wrench and you tighten it or loosen it, depending on if you want to go up or down, and then you level them out. What you want to do is go up to a wall on a flat surface, 25 feet away. So what I do is I do the driver's side first, get that aligned to where I want it, where it's comfortable for my eye. And then I come over to the passenger side and line that one up with the driver's side. So really simple process. You just need to know what you're doing. You don't want to aim them too high because you don't want to blind people, but you also don't want to aim them too low because you're not going to be able to see anything. So let's head over to my spot and get these aligned. So that is where we're looking before I adjust them. As you can see, it is way too low. So what I'm going to do is open up the hood here. And then I'm going to adjust. So we're going to adjust the driver's side. So I'm going to take my little wrench on this little gear so you can't really see much. And it's probably loud. And I'm actually turning it clockwise. So I'm going to bring it up probably to that first cylinder there, the cinder block, right about there. So as you can see the difference, that's the passenger side, that's the driver's side. So I'm going to just match the passenger with the driver now. And there we go. So nice and raised, so I'll be able to see. I will make some adjustments if it's too high or too low, but I think I'll be pretty good. I'm pretty familiar with this spot, and I've aligned a lot of lights here, so we should be good to go. All right, so just did the headlights, but I just decided to go for a little drive. It has been so long since I've really driven this car, and now that I have all seasons, I'm not afraid to kind of go out when it's a little bit colder out. But man, I haven't washed this car in, I think, almost 2 months now. And it still looks fantastic, even after all the demodifications that I've taken off. All the exterior stuff is taken off, obviously minus the wheels, but completely stock in the back with the stock tails, no diffuser, anything like that. It's even got the stock license plate bulbs in there, which I can't stand either. And then we go up front. I threw some yellow fog light bulbs in there that I've had laying around that I used to use. And the car still looks great. I'm just, I don't know, it's a lot of fun. Especially with the black wheels. I never thought I would like it so much, but with the nice bright brake kit behind there, it looks pretty cool. I really am excited to actually wash this up and get it cleaned up because it's been a while. Even though it looks really clean on camera, it's definitely dirty, and get some nice tire dressing on the new wheels and all that. But I'm really anticipating getting this fitment much better because there's so much camber up front from my previous set of wheels that it looks pretty darn ridiculous. Side profile of the car looks great, but when you kind of go on different angles like the 3/4 and everything, you're able to see just how much camber I'm actually running. With the Volks, you weren't even able to really see how much camber I was running because the fitment was so much more aggressive. But yeah, we should be able to dial out a decent amount of camber, get some better tire wear, but still be able to stay at this height, which is really nice. I thought I was going to have to raise the car up. I still think I am going to pick up a Basin R CS style front lip because I cannot stand how this car looks without a front lip, and I think it's just going to be a really clean look. But you know, my mind's going a million miles an hour, like I'm ready for the new car. And now that I got rid of a bunch of stuff, I'm like, man, maybe I should do a few things to this, kind of make it my own again. My mind's all over the place. Oh yeah, and I also turned on the sequentials since I don't have as many fancy things on this car. I turned on the sequentials to, I don't know, why not? It's just a little switch, but it's got the sequential mirrors still. And yeah, it also makes me want to put some LEDs in there for the blinker bulbs. My mind goes all over the place, even though I've completely demodified this whole entire car on the exterior at least. And you know, I just enjoy the process of modifying cars. I figured I would just get out of the car, show you guys. The car still looks fantastic. It's still a lot of fun to drive. And you know, it's kind of great to get the car out of the garage because it's been sitting for a while and I just haven't had the time to be able to just drive. And now with the new wheels with the all seasons, it's a lot of fun. So all right, let's head back to the garage. Let's start working on the camber as well as taking off the front grille, and then we can wrap this video up. And it still sounds really good too. All right, guys, so we are back in the garage and we are going to get the grill and the camber knocked out. I already did the passenger side just to get an idea of where I want it. You know, I don't want to go too crazy by taking out too much camber and just completely ruin the alignment. It should be pretty good. Just, you know, I'm really not changing it that much. But that is what I'm looking at. I could knock it out a little bit more, but I'm going to explain it a little bit more when I do the driver's side. The rear I'm going to leave alone. Just because it's a little bit more work to dial out the camera, because you got to go to the control arms and all that, and it's more than I want to do. And the front camera plates are really easy to adjust the camera, but I'm much happier with that fitment. So if we go around to the driver's side, sorry, the passenger side, and show you what it looks like, it is way more. So as you can see, it's over -4. It's pretty aggressive. So what we're going to do is jack up this side. It's really easy. There is just 4 Allen screws on top of the camera plate. You're going to loosen, and then you can adjust back and forth. So obviously when you change anything suspension related, whether it's your camber or your height, you know, it's going to affect the alignment, but the amount that I'm actually changing it is not that much at all. So it really shouldn't affect the alignment. Obviously, if I was changing the height and changing all of the specs and everything, obviously I would need to get a new alignment, but for how much I'm actually changing it, it's really not that bad. So I wouldn't expect the alignment to be off at all. So if you can see, I'll try to explain it before I do it, but you can see the notches on the back of the camber plate back here. And technically the dash with the circle around it, that is kind of dead center. But I'm also having camber with the stock camber bolt on the strut as well. So it's not going to be exactly at 0. But what I did on the other side is this is already pushed all the way in, so it's as much camber as possible. But I brought it all the way to the notch right before the circle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's on the actual 5th notch. And I think it looks perfect for what it is. You know, it's still effective. It's not going to change the alignment that much. And it's going to look much better than the cambered in look. These wheels are a lot less aggressive than my previous Volks. So I don't need to run as much camber. So let me go ahead, jack this side up, and I'll show you how to do it. All right, so the car is jacked up. The wheel is off the ground. As you can see, you can move it. That is all you need. You don't need to take the wheel off or anything. But we're going to go over to the camber plate. I am going to take a 4mm Allen key and loosen up these 4 Allen screws. So simply just loosen them. You don't need to take them out. Just loosen them up enough that the camber plate is able to slide. Sorry, it's hard doing this one-handed. And if you guys are wondering, these bolts, the camber bolts that I'm using, are from Titanium Works. They're titanium. The little sleeves that they're slipped into, the silver, is from Fortunato. So the bolts are from Titanium Works, along with these strut nuts as well. But what I'm going to go do now is grab the actual wheel and pull it back, and you'll see the camber plate move. And I'm just going to dial it in right to the 5th notch, or the notch right before the circle right there. So let me go ahead and do that, and then I'll show you what it looks like. All right, so that is all it took. So as you can see, not as much camber. It's not on the ground yet, but if we look on the actual camber plate, there is a little notch. You can see it on this side. There's a little notch right there. It's on the other side as well. And I have it lined up with the notch right before the circle, the one with the little circle notch there. And it's exactly the same on the other side. So that's exactly where I wanted it. I ended up tightening those down. So we are good to go. So let me go ahead and lower the jack here. I'll just do it right now. And another thing I like to do after I raise the car and I lower it is to go into the door sill. I'm going to take my socks off, or my shoes, and jump up and down to kind of settle the suspension. And then let's take a look at how it looks. Okay, so way better. Obviously you can dial it out a little bit more, but I don't want to go too crazy and make it, you know, completely out of whack. So supposedly each notch is 0.2 or 0.3 change of camber. So technically I was at negative 4.1 or something like that, and I moved it over, so I should be around 3.5, 3.6. So with my calculations and kind of just basing it off of how it looks, I probably adjusted it probably about a half of camber or so. I took out about a half. Like I said, I can take out way more, but I'm afraid to knock the alignment completely out. And if I wanted to, if it was really bad, you know, the alignment, whatever, I would just be able to knock the camber all the way back into where it was, and everything would be back into spec perfectly. But I'm much happier with that fitment. I mean, again, I can go a little bit more crazy and knock out more, but I don't want to get it too out of spec. But yeah, not bad. So now that we got that done, I'm going to go around and actually tighten up the Allen screws just a little bit more now that it's on the ground and settle them and it's under load. I'm going to go ahead and take the bumper off, and we can go ahead and remove that grill. I did end up picking up a new grill. The dude that was supposed to sell me the OEM one just kind of ghosted and, I don't know, disappeared. So I ended up just buying a brand new one just to throw on there. So we should be good to go. That should be in a few days. So I'll be doing another video on that, installing it and everything. But yeah, let's go ahead and get the front bumper off, and then we can wrap this up. All right, so off camera, got the bumper off. Super simple to do. Mine's a little bit different since I use all titanium hardware around the entire bumper as opposed to the pop clips. So it takes a little bit more time, but this is all the hardware that I use. It's absolutely beautiful. I love this stuff. And there you go. So bumper is off. Now what we're going to do, I actually sold this grill, as I mentioned. I didn't sell the Subaru emblem or the STI badge, so that stuff is coming off. Really simple. The actual badge mount is going with the grill. I don't need it. It's actually by Charge Speed. This grill is by WRX Daily. Fitment is great. I did a whole entire, I actually did 2 different videos on installing this actual grill, but it's really nice. It's held up very well over the years, and I definitely will miss it. But yeah, so let's go ahead. Let's start removing. It's really simple. It's just a few screws on the back here, just like OEM, and it comes right out. But as I mentioned, I need to take off the badge as well as the emblem, and I'm going to get this boxed up and get that sent out to the new owner. And then in a few days, once the new grill comes in, I'll do a video installing that, as I mentioned. But I'm going to leave the bumper off for now instead of putting it back on and taking it back off again. So let me go ahead and remove this grill off the bumper. So we got the grill off. I got it stripped down, so all of the emblems and everything are sitting over here waiting for the new grill. But that is going to wrap up this video. We got a lot done. I was able to go out for a little drive, enjoy the car, obviously test out the new wheels and everything, and I'm absolutely loving the new look. The new grill is on the way, so again, I will be installing that in another video once it comes in. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and pack this up off camera. Obviously, I don't think you guys want to watch me pack up a grill in a box. Unless you do, let me know. But either way, that's going to do it for this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions at all, be sure to ask them in the comments below. But in the meantime, keep it clean, keep it simple, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.